Okay, everybody. Thanks for making it to class, and I'm going to record this for people who are watching uh, online. And sorry about me being behind these computer monitors. Everybody is here in person, uh, but you can look at the screen. And I'm going to uh, create two different videos. First, we're going to do an update. We're going to kind of look at the syllabus, see where we are, when things are due, so you're comfortable with kind of what's expected over the next few weeks. And we're going to go over D2L, what you're going to be watching this week, and uh, then I'm going to turn off the recording and we're going to see if you want to do this project by yourself or with a partner. And if you're with a partner, I'm going to let you talk for a little bit, even online, if you want to be in like breakout groups. And you can share your ideas for a topic with your partner. And but I don't care. You could do it by yourself. You could do it with a partner, whichever you're more comfortable with. And then we're going to come back together after about 10 minutes and we're going to share the topics. And I'm going to help you not only refine your topic, but I'm going to help you try to figure out what the best topic is. So hopefully you have more than one choice. If you're in partners, you're going to have at least two choices for your topic. And we'll talk about like, maybe you picked a topic that there's just tons of research already done, and it's going to be really hard to figure out something new to add to that topic. Or it may be so esoteric that it's going to be really hard to find anything on it. And so hopefully I'll help you to refine the topic and the title, the working title that you're going to be using. And that'll take, about half an hour and maybe a little more depending. And for those of you who are solely online and not synchronous, if you're asynchronous, please email me, number one, if you want a partner or if you want to do the project by yourself. Then if you want to do the project by yourself, I'm simply going to ask you, what's your topic? And I'm going to email you back with some suggestions, refine the topic. If you want a partner, maybe you know who you want your partner to be. That's fine, let me know. Or I'll assign you a partner from everybody who is asynchronous. But try to get that to me as soon as possible because I want to assign partners early in the week so you can begin doing some research. And then we're going to, so you'll have it narrowed down, partner, topic, by yourself. And then I'm going to do we'll take a break, then we'll do the second session. And the second session is a lecture on how to do research basically online. And most research is done online now, unless you're doing really old books or microfilm that has not been digitized. Then you have to go look at it in person. But in most cases, especially for clinical mental health and school counseling, you can do most of your research online for the literature review. Well, I'm going to show you my way of doing research and record it. And then you're also going to watch a film from our librarian who is embedded in this class. We'll talk more about that, but he's assigned just to work with this class, and you can have a dialogue with him and post your research questions. And he will work with you specifically on what our library can provide. Maybe you're stuck, you know, and you could either ask me in class and I'll help you, or during the week, he will get back to you within a day or two and help you out. So you've got a lot of resources and help for this project. Okay. So let's kind of do a little update with D2L, and we'll look at the where we are on the syllabus and what you're going to be watching in D2L. So I pulled up our D2L shell, and as you can see, we've got week 1. And I posted last week's video for our class. You should have already watched that. One thing you are going to do is try to think about a topic that you'd like to research, or more than one that we're going to talk about tonight. And so the next thing is the syllabus. We're going to look at that. And these are our class notes, and you can access them. They're the same class notes I used for myself to study for the comps and the NCE for the research portion of those exams. So I think you'll find them helpful not only for this class, but for a study guide as well. And then I gave you sample papers. This is a sample paper from this class, and it goes by each section, and it uses not the current APA style, but the last one, and that's okay. The most 2 recent styles are fine for this. That's the paper by Kayla Benzio. This is a handout. She presented the paper with me at PCA, Pennsylvania Counseling Association. This is the handout she used for the presentation. This is an outline for the paper you're creating. And we're going to go step by step, section by section each week of this class, so it won't feel overwhelming. And I think that not having one large assignment, but having a bunch of little assignments will probably help you the most. So we're going to go through it section by section. Each week will be a different step in the process, and hopefully it'll feel more manageable to you. Okay, and then, as I said last week, I gave you some publications of mine. I gave you kind of like the editing part, and then I gave you what I handed into the editor. So you can see kind of the APA style, and then what it actually looks like, have an article edited or a book chapter edited. And then I also gave you a copy of the dissertation. It has examples. It's not for you to read my dissertation. Just use it as an example. It's a sample. It has a sample for how to include tables and every different kind of chart or graphic, pie charts, bar charts, anything. So it is in APA style, once again, an older version, but there's really not that much of a difference. Okay, so that's kind of last week, kind of a recap. And now we're going to look at, so this is week 2. And right now, the only thing I have is research lecture chapter 1. And we didn't have time to do that last week. So there's a recorded lecture of chapter 1. And we are going to go through chapter 2 and possibly 17 tonight in the lecture, and I'm going to record them, and they will also be posted under week 2. But even if you're in class right now, please watch that lecture. It's the introduction. It's chapter 1 in the book, and I talk about what I feel is most important and highlight some things that will be important to you. Okay, and the other thing, and I'm going to talk more about this when we go over chapter 2 in the second part of this evening, but I also have a link here. It's week 1, week 2, and the library link. And in this link, Dr. Sittler is a librarian, and he's worked with our class for many, many years, probably like 15 years. And they're doing something new. Like normally, he would come to our class physically, and you could email him with questions. But now they are embedding him in our D2L shell. And so he has a video on how he does research, and his is really just using our library system. My lecture is going to go beyond the library system, and we're going to go over that later in the second half of this evening. But his really focuses on our library resources specifically. And he's also going to tell you how to contact him and how the different ways that he can help you. And instead of emailing him, you can just use research questions and help. Technically, it's a discussion board, but you can post any question in this discussion board, and he will monitor it every day. So, tell him a topic you're having trouble with, tell him what you found, what you're still looking for. Maybe you don't know what you're looking for, but he's here to work with you, using our library resources. So you should have a lot of help this semester. And, he checks this almost every day, and he'll get back to you pretty quickly. So he's embedded in our class and our D2L shell, but please watch his lecture this week as well. So there's 2 recorded ones. I'm also going to place our class recordings under week 2 as well. So, okay, let's look at our syllabus just to see where we're at and what's coming up. So I'm just going to go down to our weekly tentative schedule. Okay, so after you watch the chapter 1 video, we'll be caught up to week 2. I'm going to post chapter 2, maybe a little bit of chapter 17 lecture after class tonight. And that should catch us up on all of the lectures. What's due is in italics here. And as you can see, we are getting partners. We are coming up with topics for your research. And we're going to talk a little bit about article reviews, literature reviews, things like that. Okay. If you look at next week, so what you'll be doing this week for next week, for week 3. So next Thursday, you should have the plagiarism module complete. And what you need, I will probably, hopefully I'll remember, I will make a Dropbox for the plagiarism model for week 3. And what you're going to put in that Dropbox after you complete that plagiarism model, you're simply going to download and save the certificate that says that you've completed it. And it does take a while, but it's something that our university and K-CREP want you to complete. And so, it's valuable. Honestly, I trust everybody. But it does go through some specific things. Like sometimes people plagiarize without even knowing it. So it does go over some specifics that might help safeguard you. Okay. So let me show you where that module is found, and the link is in the syllabus. It's a long syllabus. Okay, so it's right here on page 18, and you click on that link, and there are instructions. But what I'd like you to upload is the certificate that you'll get at the end that says you've completed the module. If for some reason it doesn't give you a certificate, there will be a page that simply states that you completed it, you have a score. Take a screenshot of that if you can't get the certificate. That will work as well. So, it's an all or nothing thing. You'll get the points if you complete the plagiarism model, but everybody's required to do it. All right. So that should get us caught up, but let's just look a little further. So this week, you'll just be working on the plagiarism module, and you'll be beginning to do research either on your own or with a partner. You can contact Dr. Sittler. You can work on it on your own after you watch the videos, and just start doing some research. Because start doing it this week while you're working on the plagiarism module, because soon there's going to be an article review and references. Now, next week, I will go over how to write the article review. It's short. It's not a literature review. You're just going to choose one article that you think is a good article that you can actually use in your literature review and reference it. So don't pick an article that you don't like. Pick one that you think is worthwhile, that you'll be able to use in your research. And that's the one you're going to review, because you can cut and paste things from this article review right into your paper and cite them for your article, from this article. So, I don't want to waste your time. I think if you do an article review, you should be able to incorporate it in the paper. You're not going to cut and paste the entire article review. You're just going to cut and paste portions of it that fit into your literature review, the larger assignment. Okay, and we'll have a Dropbox for that. I just want you to start thinking ahead at least 2 weeks. So, because these assignments are too large to do the day of or the night before. These are like everything's a project in this class, and you don't want to fall behind. Yeah, just looking ahead so you can start thinking about this stuff. All of the instructions, they're like checklists, are in the syllabus for each assignment, including links if you need them. All right, so I think that's it for D2L. Um, stop sharing. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Okay. Um, so I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to stop recording.